Well done.
In this video we're going to be tattooing this monkey, this gorilla, whatever you want to call it. Super effective finished piece, not complicated to do at all. And we're going to break it down into its simplest form. If you've watched any other videos on this channel where we're doing a more intricate design in a simplest way, you'll have heard this before. I am sick to death of this industry trying to say that they're teaching people, but it's just an ego trip. They're saying to the complete beginner, which if you are, you're in the right place, but they're showing, right, let's do this portrait. And then it's more about them showing off, look how good I am, than actually making things understandable and teachable for the person wanting to learn. That's not us. That is not what we do on this channel. So I want to do this effective, impressive, simple to do ape gorilla portrait, and I'm going to show you step by step.
Okay, so we're cracking straight on with this gorilla piece. You can see straight away big black areas. I'm going to start at bottom. I'm going to be using a 15 curve 10 gauge and a 3 liner. I might stipple majority at face just to spice things up a bit. So first thing I'm going to do is just block in these bottom dark areas just underneath the fingers. So again, I'm wanting to block in the areas as I get to them, the darkest areas, leaving space for lighter areas, and just get the general shape right before I start going in and making things look how they should. So again, you can see I'm twisting my arm to get the needle sideways so I can get in and leave that little space. My stencil seems to be nice and dry, so I don't have to worry too much about losing it, although it does have a negative effect on actually seeing the finished piece till I've cleaned it all with bleach. So you can see I'm not doing anything fancy at this stage. You can see this left side up here. It's not a solid edge, so I'm just feathering it in as we work up this side. Using corner at mag, just jagging it so it's not a solid edge. So nothing rocket science. Let's not overcomplicate things. So we can see in here there's some lighter areas. So as I'm shading this bit in, keep the needle going in the right direction, leave some areas a little bit lighter. And then we've got some little light bits down here, so as we're coming in, just leave some areas just so we can put some highlights in. Don't stress too much if you can't see the highlights on mats. It's really difficult to see them, but that won't be the case when you're tattooing people. So I'm just putting these darker areas in here. This area where we can see it's fur, remember, we're following the direction that the fur's actually going in. And we've got this darker area just here. And then that's pretty much it for the darkest areas down near the bottom. We can start putting a bit of shading in, making it look something right. So I'm constantly looking back at the reference, make sure I've got everything in that I think I need in. If not, just go in, touch it up. Okay, so now swap into the lining needle, but simple reason, because it's not a smooth texture skin. I think doing it in stipple will really help capture that the skin's not smooth.
Just quickly, if you found it useful and you're interested in drills, simple designs, full tutorials, a step-by-step curriculum, and been surrounded by like-minded people, check out our school community.
So you can see I'm almost like just sketching that in, just getting the top lip in. We can see that it blends away, so all I'm doing is using a whip method. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is just work up this side of the nose, so this darker section here, and then what I'm going to do is just fill in the areas that I know are solid black. Again, that same principle, blocking areas in, and it helps us understand how dark or light other areas have got to be, so we can compare it to the bits that we know are solid black. Nothing rocket science, all simple stuff. Some of you are going to get these portraits bang on first time. The majority may struggle, that's absolutely fine. That's why we're doing it on mats. Stick with them, and there's no reason at all why you can't be doing these. If you've got to do each lesson 2, 3, 4, 5 times, so be it. But what a skill set to add.
So you can see this portrait is starting to come together now. The darks are in the right places. We're starting to leave those empty spaces. So we've got that contrast between the light areas and the dark areas. Don't let that confuse you. It's super simple to understand. If, as you're watching this, you're thinking, yes, Ben, but I can't do that, then it's because you don't know the absolute fundamentals, the basics of tattooing. If you want to surround yourself with like-minded people, and let me show you this step by step, not just a sped up version, but the building blocks, what you need to be able to do things like this easily, then click the link in the description, go check out the school community, because that's where we all are.
Not over obsessing with the smaller details at this stage, just getting basic shapes in. So we can see how already it's starting to take shape. So we're not overcomplicating anything, just keeping it nice and simple. Which bits am I wanting to put in next? I'm gonna go for these bits, and I'm almost just gonna not line it, but sketch it all in so nothing can get lost, although this stencil is pretty solid. So you can see I'm just sketching areas in. So now start shading this area in between the darks that I've just put in, because obviously that's just give us the reference that we need. Again, just working my way through, putting any little shaded areas in, putting any darks in if we reach them, and just working my way across in whatever order I think is going to be best for me. So obviously if you're right-handed, you're going to be doing it the opposite way around. That's absolutely fine. Don't think that this course is not just to say copy me. That's not becoming a tattooist. It's learning the skills and learning how to implement them for what's best for you, nobody else. So we can see already it's starting to pull together a little bit. We're not doing anything fancy or complicated at all. We're just blocking in shapes, and we're going to come back and elaborate on them shapes and smooth things out and make things look a little bit more fancy and add more detail soon. So again, with this area, all I'm doing is trying to get the basics in, basic shape done, always first. So now we've got to basic shape in, I'm going to swap back, start filling alt fur in around the edge, then we can come back and get the middle bit looking like we want. The reason why I'm doing it this way around is so I don't get lost too much in design, just focusing on alt face, and then we've got all the stencil roughly in, okay, so if everything rubbed off now, we're absolutely fine. So let's start building all edges round, because what we don't want to do is if we did the face too dark by the time we've put all fur around edge, there's a possibility then we could have overkilled it with the shading, so obviously we don't want to do that. So we can see I've stenciled in just some of the darker areas and where the fur changes direction. Obviously they're key components. So if we just go around and block everything in to start with, again keeping it as simple as possible. So obviously none of these areas are actually complete, but we're getting information in there that we need. Alright, that's a really important skill. Understanding what you need to get in there straight away so you don't lose anything. Again, not bothered about every hair being in the exact right place and literally months into your career. The main focus, as I'm showing you, is just getting it in the right directions. It's not going to be a micro-realism portrait, but they're still going to look really good, and they're so simple to do. It's a perfect way of introducing realistic work. So you may notice now, I'm just going over areas that I think need to be a little bit smoother. So like these areas, they're supposed to be solid. Just whipping into them with mag whilst I've got it out. Now these are dark areas of shading, but we can clearly see that even within that shading, there's still a bit of direction. So we're going to bear that in mind while shading, keeping us needle, moving a little bit faster so we still get that textured look at work, see? So here you can see I'm just getting like the background shading done. We can see that there's lines and stuff like that in it. We can come back in and actually add them in with line once we swap back to that, and then just to lighten odd areas up, I'd actually get me whites out at the very end, go over top of them lines just to give it a little highlight. So I think the next area that we need to block in, looking at this, can rub, even if that stencil come off now, it won't really matter, is I want to block this area in. Again, notice I'm not been too in particular with it. I mean, you could spend half an hour doing this little section if you wanted. And on that note, don't try and rush through it just to keep up with me. But at the same time, try and be a bit loose, relax, and get all the basic shapes in. Try not to worry too much about everything being millimetre perfect at this stage. I've tried to pick designs that are still going to look really effective, even if they're not 100% bang on. Reason for that is I want you to understand that every hair don't have to be in the exact place for something to look really good and effective. And jumping straight into something that's got to be like that for it to look good, I think would crush a lot of people's confidence before we even get to that stage, and that's the last thing that we want. So we can be a bit more vague with these. Hopefully they still look quite effective. So now I think we've got us basic shaping. I just want to add a little bit of shading under that eye. Don't know why. I just looked at it and thought, right, that bit looks totally empty. Put that in. What I'm going to do is come back down to the bottom, start putting all the fur in. First thing I'm going to do is just shade these fingers in. Now again, if we look mega close, there's all different textures in the fingers. I'm going to be a little bit more vague with that and just shade from darker to lighter as it gets up to make it look like there's light hitting the top. Bit of shading at top there. The hair here starts coming onto it, so again I'm just going in the direction that the hair's going. There's a little darker patch down here so we can see, and then another one just at side. Again, it's not millimetre perfect, but it's getting things in the right place. And hopefully after doing all these animal portraits with me, you should feel a lot more confident, a lot more relaxed as you tattoo in. Now once you get to the stage where I'm going to be finishing tattoo, which at this, like I say, at this stage I've been more than happy if you just stop there. If you do want to start adding all smaller, finer details, if you feel confident in that, it's not necessary. Like I say, months into tattooing, a lot of people would never even be attempting things like this. So you can see the top part of this, it gets a lot lighter, so remember, leave that bit. So just small little strokes, that's all I'm doing, just with corner, with Magnum on its side, so it creates little medium length fur, less where obviously there's more lighter areas, more where you want it darker, building it up. So here where it's a bit longer, all I'm going to do is just slightly longer strokes, that's it. There's no rocket science to it. And I'm just going to gradually, see, there's barely anything there. I'm just going to gradually build it up. constantly asking ourselves, does that bit need to be darker, more in that area, lighter in that area? Depending on what answer we give ourselves, everybody's going to be slightly different. Everybody looks at an image slightly different. Will depend on whether we add more or don't. See here, air starts twisting, so we're following it around with his hand. And then here, obviously it all gets darker. Going into that area that we've already blocked in. Going in from that other side, give that a little clean so we can see what we're doing. So we can see that this area, it has some shading, but it's all in the direction. So we need to really make sure as machines are going in the correct place for where we're wanting the shading to go. A little bit of a smooth area there. Adding a bit more shading around that eye. Just again, I'm just using corner of my mag. Same with that pupil. I'm going to just add a bit of shading into this ear as well. So remember, try and be a bit loose. So then I'm just going really fast. So it creates like a stiffle but with the mag, and it's just going to give it all an undertone really of all little lines. And then when we would be putting as whites in, some are going to be a lot more prominent than others. So it's a bit hard to see because that stencil is still really in your face, but I'll give that a good clean. And if yours is looking anything like that, then I'd be more than happy for where we're at. Well done.
So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you're following, and if you're wanting to learn step by step, if you're dreaming of becoming an artist and you're sick of jumping around on YouTube, you're sick of watching artists that are just there to boost their own ego, saying look how impressive I am, but they're teaching you absolutely nothing, then join our community on Skull and I'll see you in there.